So we have one bathroom in the house, and it's a very small closet that's in the bathroom. Over the last couple of years, I've tried to redo it a couple of times, but not really thinking through exactly what had to be in there and how it should be organized. Again, I used to just think as long as I could shove everything in there and we can have the stuff, then it'll be good. But in reality, I wasn't actually able to get to a lot of the things, and a lot of the things were unnecessary in that closet at the time. So when I originally started, my plan was just to go through and kind of buy some new organization stuff and go through it. But obviously, as you can see, it definitely needed a good cleaning. And I decided, since I had some extra paint, that I was just going to paint the entire closet. And I really did it pretty quickly. And I don't really have any experience painting. My husband typically does most of the painting in the house. So I took the project on myself. This first day I hadn't even thought about painting. I really just wanted to clean that bottom part down with the cleaning solutions and the dog stuff that I had under there, because it had gotten pretty dirty and grimy, and I wanted to figure out a better solution. Plus I had 3 of the bins that I had bought from Walmart that I used to organize some stuff in my kitchen. I had 3 bins left over, and I thought that that was the absolute perfect way to organize down there. One, because it's all contained. So like the soap and or dog hair from any of the things won't spill onto the floor. And it really ended up working out really good. Plus I was waiting for all of the extra stuff that I had ordered from Walmart and Amazon to come in before actually doing it. So when I went to redo it the next day, my plan was just going to be to take out all the shelves and get to organizing. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to use the paint that I have. And it's just a closet. I can manage it. It's going to be easy. It's a very small space. And I'm so happy that I took the time to actually do that. So hi, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jen, and we are a family of 5 living in a pretty small house considering the average American household. I am now on my 2nd year of trying to declutter and completely organize my house from top to bottom. Again, it's small, but I had it crammed full of all kinds of stuff. 2020 happened, and I thought that I had to prepare for all kinds of things, so I spent a lot of money and time just trying to gather all the supplies I thought we needed. And then I woke up one day and realized that we had way too much and I could no longer manage it, nor did I want to. So now I'm just trying to pare down a lot of stuff that we have. Obviously some things like soap, shampoo, deodorant, things like that I'm not going to get rid of because they are going to be used within the time frame of, even if they even expire, I'm not sure, but we'll definitely use all the stuff in that time frame. So I just can't see letting go of that stuff and having to go out and buy more. But I'm realizing that I don't need as much as we have. So I think I've completely gotten my kitchen done, and I'm very happy with how everything turned out, but it took a long time. So just know that if you are starting your decluttering journey, that it is going to take a lot of time and energy and effort, but it is all worth it in the end. I had gone through several times in all different areas, and it really is so true that you just have to keep going through them, going back to them and going back again, because sometimes you just might miss things, or you might think that you need something and then you realize that you don't actually need it. And the same thing with organization. Sometimes you just have to try different things. So years ago, this closet was a complete disaster. We had taken everything out and put those shelves in ourselves, except for the top one that was already there, and we left it like that. Here's some of the stuff that I got rid of on that day. And now this is the next day that I'm working on it, and I'm just pulling everything out. You're going to see like how much stuff we actually had in here. It was pretty insane for a small closet. I don't even know how it all fit. Clearly it didn't, because I wasn't really able to get to a lot of it. But I'm just going to take everything out, and then this is the day that I decided I'm going to paint it. I just had to go to the store and buy a very small roller. Everything else we already had, and it was super easy to do. So even if you're not an expert painter, just know that, if it's something like a small area, you could probably manage it yourself. If not, get some help. It is possible to kind of freshen things up and make yourself happy again in your home, even on a small budget, if you can do some of these things yourself. So thankfully there wasn't a lot of damage to the walls, so I just went in and patched up a couple of the tiny holes that were in there, then sanded it, and then I went through and started painting. I just used a brush to do all the corners and around the ceiling, even though I did paint the ceiling the same color. For some reason they had painted this color when we moved in, and we just never painted in here for whatever reason. So all I did was wipe the walls down with some TSP to clean them, and then I started doing everything else. And I did end up putting 2 coats of paint in the closet, and then I decided to go and use the roller to do the woodwork as well inside the closet. I do wish that I was able to get the camera a better shot for you guys to be able to see inside painting, but there's no absolute way to do that in the bathroom. It's just way too small to get the tripod and everything else angled into the closet at the time. But here it is with 2 coats of paint. That's when I decided I was also going to do the woodwork. That's why I wasn't being super careful at that time, but it does look a lot better with it painted. You're going to see in a minute here that the 2 top boards, I just hadn't even thought about it. They were different when I originally went through and got the shelves for the closet a couple of years ago. We did not replace those, and I wasn't even thinking about it until I put everything back in that I should have painted those as well. So come spring, once it's a little bit warmer and I can let things dry outside, I'm going to just take out those top shelves and give those a quick paint as well. It always amazes me how great it is to actually have things decluttered and organized in a certain way that works for you and your family. For me, it's just made such a huge difference in how I feel about the house, and we spend a lot of time here, so I just want things to be clean and organized in a way that it's easy to get to everything. We know exactly what we have and everyone has access to it instead of everything just being shoved into these spaces. So the more that I go through and get rid of and figure out different ways to organize different areas of the home, the more it motivates me to just keep going. My biggest thing now is the basement. I still have a lot of work to do down there, even though I spent the majority of my time last year down there. I still have a lot left, and this week I think I'm just going to start going through and seeing what I can get rid of down there and try to figure out better ways to organize it. For right now, it's being used mostly for storage. But there are 2 bedrooms down there, and we have our laundry room, but it's also our food pantry, so it's kind of doing a lot of different jobs, and I don't want to spend a ton of money on different organizational systems. I picked this up from Walmart. I figured there was something that I could lay down on the wood that I wouldn't have to worry about it sticking, but it would just freshen things up, brighten things up a little bit in there as well. So I'm going to cut this to size and get this laid down. So what I liked about the liner was that it did not have an adhesive backing, so I was able to just place it on there. I think it'll be easy to wipe down and or replace when needed. But it does brighten things up a little bit more and just gives me more of an incentive to keep things clean. I ended up ordering these on Amazon. I had originally wanted the ones from Amazon or from Walmart, but they were actually out of stock, the medium-sized ones, so I did order them from Amazon just for the top shelf. I just wanted to put the soap, toothpaste, and deodorant in there, and they ended up working out perfectly. They look really nice in the closet itself, and they're the perfect size. I do keep some extra soap underneath the sink, that way everyone knows exactly where to get it when it runs out in the shower. But I like to have like an overstock bin as well in the closet, and then I know when this is getting empty, it's time to pick up a new one from the bulk store. We are planning to redo the bathroom. I already picked out the vanity that we're going to get, so I think I'll be able to do some better organization in there as well. But it's really nice not having quite as much stuff to have to worry about in the bathroom itself. It's just unnecessary. But I am going to be getting rid of the cabinet above the toilet. I just don't like it there anymore. I'm going to put some open shelves just for maybe like a plant and some decorations. So I'll have to be able to organize some of the stuff that we have in there in the vanity itself. And we're going to be replacing the floors. So I'm very excited to have that happen. We also are still planning to do our bedroom, but before we do that, my husband wants us to get a new bed frame because we just have like the metal bed frame, but we're actually going to get like an adult one with like a headboard and footboard, even though we've probably never had that before since we were kids. but we do want to finally get it for ourselves just to make our bedroom look nice, and I'm just waiting to be able to buy that before we switch our bedroom. So that's kind of what the holdup is there. But we are going to be redoing the bathroom, the floor, the vanity, and just repainting everything, and probably getting something new for the heater as well, because it's all kind of rusted and everything. So we're going to get the kind that does not rust. They're a little bit pricey, but I think for the bathroom it'll be worth it. The rest of the house we're going to just spray paint white. They're in still really good shape. We don't have to replace them, but the bathroom with all the moisture and everything, I think it's a good idea just to replace it. All right, this is where I have to end it today. I don't have the rest of the stuff, but it's supposed to come in tomorrow. But so far, it just looks so much brighter and cleaner in here. It's not HGTV or Pinterest worthy, but I feel a lot better. And like I said, I'm going to paint those shelves, or maybe even buy some new ones, some new pieces of plywood or something in the spring. But we'll come back tomorrow when I can finish up the rest. This is just some trash that I got rid of that day. Okay, the rest of my stuff finally came in. All I did was order these white bins from Walmart along with this turntable, and I had put everything back in the closet, obviously, just to kind of like get things out of the way. So I'm going to take some of the stuff back out of the closet. That's the items that were in the closet that I just put into a bag so I could figure out exactly how I want to do things. So we'll just start with kind of taking things back out again and seeing where everything fits and how I can rearrange everything. So it took a little while just to get everything organized and figure out exactly how the bins were going to fit. When I had the shelf divider in there, the original bins I was going to buy from Amazon were a little shallower, so they would have fit perfectly on there, but it was way too much money. I ended up ordering these from Walmart, and I think they're great. They ended up working out perfectly, and they were much cheaper than the ones on Amazon. So I'm just kind of playing around to see how everything's going to fit and how I want to get everything laid out before I actually start filling up the bins. All right, I had gotten this a while back from, I think, Home Goods, and it's just not working in there. I'm going to just, so this is what I have so far. This is going to be like a hair and nails. This one is going to be a first aid bin. That is tooth, oral care, extra makeup, just a miscellaneous with that big thing of Band-Aids. I keep all of the other Band-Aids in there. I had ordered these off of Amazon. The kids like to use them when they're washing in the shower, so I will maybe keep those. All right, and here's all the stuff I'm going to get rid of today. Okay, and we're finally done. It looks so much better. So I have my extra soap, deodorant, and toothpaste up top. Oral care, hair and nails, and in the back, got a bin for first aid. Towels, extra makeup, some extra supplies. I am totally in love with these Lazy Susans everywhere in the house now. That's my makeup that I use every day. Cloths just for cleaning the bathroom. All my nice ones I keep for the rest of the house, but the ones for the bathroom, I use my old crappy ones. That way I can bleach them and run them under hot water and not care. And then we've got our cleaning supplies and the dog supplies. So I am very happy that I took the time to redo the closet, just freshened it up a bit, and now everything is just a lot easier to get to. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Take care.